Welcome to Protecting Africa show. We got Sister Phumzile in the show, and I'm gonna be asking a few questions about the topic I'm covering, and we're gonna be basically discussing with Sister Phumzile about the specific topic I'm gonna be covering. Now, my first question to you is: have you noticed that generally most Africans are in poverty? The vast majority of Africans are into poverty. You've noticed that, right? In your opinion, what is causing that?
I can say laziness.
Okay.
Yeah, young people are lazy. Because
so you say young Africans are lazy.
They're lazy.
Okay.
And I'm having like explanation.
What about the older one? Because the poverty affect and the young and the old.
Right?
So generally, I'm saying generally Africans are into poverty.
Okay.
Now you say
talking about the old people. The old people now, they used to be lazy back in the days.
Yeah.
They used to be afraid of books. Everybody knows education is key, right? So yeah, man, it affects both young people and old people, right? So what am I emphasizing here is that old people back in the days, they used to be like lazy as young people like now. So yeah.
So basically, you saying the root cause or the cause of poverty among Africans, it's laziness.
Laziness.
Now, what do you mean by laziness?
Laziness in terms of education.
Education.
Yeah.
Also, you say Africans are lazy to educate themselves.
Educate themselves.
Or to go to get educated at schools and places. That's what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying right about now.
Okay. Do you think you are 100% correct in your assessment, or do you have doubt?
I'm 100% correct.
You're 100% correct?
Yeah, because we're never talking about people who have like achieved in terms of education. There are many. Majority, there are like thousands and thousands of people nowadays in terms of education. So yeah, I'm 100% sure about this.
That Africans are poor because of education. Laziness
through education.
Okay.
Yeah.
There is a widespread perception that says Africans are lazy. You know that?
Yeah.
Have you noticed that perception that is all around?
Yeah,
that Africans are lazy. Do you agree with that?
I do.
Now, you said Africans are lazy.
Yeah.
But how can Africans be lazy if Africans are the one doing all the hard work for the case of this country, in this country? If you go into the mines, the people digging and dying underground are Africans. If you go into the farm, the people plowing, harvesting, doing all the thing from plowing to harvesting to collection to delivery to truck driving is Africans. If you go into the security, the people doing all the security jobs are Africans. If you go to the European houses, the people washing their babies are African women. The one cutting their lawns are African women. The one doing construction. Actually, Africans have built this country from A to Z. That means everything.
So you don't agree about my statement in terms of like Africans are lazy?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. How can Africans be lazy if
unemployment rate? Unemployment rate.
I'm just gonna.
How many people are unemployed and how many black people are unemployed this nowadays?
We're coming there. We're talking about laziness. Now I'm saying
lazy in education.
I'm saying how can they be lazy if they do all the hard work and all the work?
Few black people, they do that hard work.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Look,
few black people?
Look,
what do?
Look, an educated person. Can an educated person wash somebody else's clothes?
What is education?
Education is this. Education.
I want to know.
Education in terms of books. Because nowadays we're talking about the ethics.
I want to know, what do you define by education?
Education in terms of books.
What do you mean books? There are books. There are books.
Yes. Most people, they're
can you
studies.
define education? Okay. So if we're gonna define education, you're gonna say education books.
No.
Okay. Can you define
education starts back home, right? It is starting back home through your parents.
I'm saying can you define education?
Okay.
I mean you are not obliged to know how to define education, because we speak sometimes but we don't even know what we're speaking about sometimes, because we've been hearing it since we were born. Education. But I want to get your perception. I want to know, get what you know, what you understand by education.
By education
because you
for
say
me is like being taught in terms of, like, you can define education in terms of books, as I've just like said. Education in terms of like general.
What do you mean books? What do you mean?
Studying.
No, education.
What can you define education?
Education means learning something.
Learning something.
Yeah, that is education. That means that is the proper definition of education, learning something. And education is broad, is widespread. A doctor is educated in curing sick people. Do you know that? That means it's field of education
information, right?
No, education is
that's what I'm saying. Education is books.
No, it's not.
It's books. Because if you open your books, you will learn.
Education is not necessarily. It's not necessarily books. It's learning. And then there are people who are educated in computers, and they learn it in the field, for example. You understand? Education is learning something. Now,
that's where my laziness pitch in.
No.
That's where my laziness pitch in.
That your laziness does not pitch in because it does not stand. Lazy.
It does.
When you say
it does. Whenever I'm talking about laziness, I'm talking about a person who will step back and be like, no ways, I can't touch books. No ways, I can't touch a computer. That's laziness.
First of all, when Africans built this country from A to Z, do you agree or disagree? All the building laying down here.
From A to Z.
All the building laying down here, Africans did all the labor. Do you agree or disagree?
Africans.
Yeah.
Talking about the apartheid era, it is pitching too.
Now I'm saying
from A to Z. I disagree.
I'm saying, okay, have you seen a European or a group of European in this country doing a labor work in construction, for example?
They are part and parcel. They are the bosses.
I'm saying, have you seen them?
They don't work, but they own.
They don't work.
They own.
Okay, they don't work. It means the people working, the people doing the labor are Africans. You agree with me, right?
Yeah.
Which means these people cannot be called lazy because they're working.
Okay, cool. There are those people who are working, Africans.
I'm saying, will you call the people
who are working
lazy? Okay, now, every building in this country, Africans did the labor to build it. All the roads, Africans did it.
But the white people came up with the general knowledge, besides the general knowledge.
I'm talking about laziness.
Okay.
Now, Africans did the construction of the roads, the building, the farm, the mine.
Who came up with the idea?
We're not talking about the idea.
Who came up with the idea?
Sorry,
because an African
we're not talking about the idea first. No, we're talking about laziness.
Look, we're talking about.
No, let's not deviate the decision. We talk about lazy. Stick to lazy. We're gonna go later about the idea and stuff. We're talking about lazy.
Who came up with the idea? Who came up with the idea? Because the laziness just pitched in. An African person did not come up with an idea or they need to build up these things. Did they? No. They were hired by organizations, stakeholders.
We talk about. Will you call people? Will you call Africans who are doing construction, who are digging the mine, plowing, doing all the labor?
Those people are not lazy.
Okay, will you call them lazy?
They're not. No, they're not.
Now, but reality is everything that stands in this country was built by the sweat
of an African.
Of Africans.
Okay.
The pain of Africans, because many die underground digging the mines.
What about those people who who are not working in there?
Okay, now
what about those people who are around the streets busy begging for food? Isn't that lazy? What about people who will sit back there KwaZulu-Natal and be like, oh, there is no jobs?
Okay, can I ask a question now?
Yeah.
If you come in my country, if you come in my country, you take everything that belongs to me.
Everything is...
You take my livestock, you know, cows, chicken, anything that lives in every continent, because every continent had domestic animals. You take all my everything that all my livestock. You take my wildlife, right? Because wildlife belongs to the people of the area. You take me. You take my my farm, farm, because there was traditional African farms where you plow. You take everything that belonged to me. Then at gunpoint, you turn me into a slave. You use me to build everything for you. Through oppression, through slavery, through colonization. Sorry?
And you agree?
I'm forced at gunpoint.
Like you are impulsive.
No,
like
that means criminals come with guns and then at gunpoint subdue me to do everything for them. And they keep me, I die, my children continue being used in that way. And then when you came in my home, you had none of the things that exist here. Even the technology to do those things was not there. And then you use me to finance your progress, to generate money, to build road for you, to build things for you, and then you achieve only progress because the technology was not there. So through using me, you make breakthrough in achieving development because you are making progress now using me. You understand? And then from 1500, 1430 until 1994 or 1960, depending on where in Africa you are, you've amassed a massive amount of wealth. You've impoverished and protect Africa.